Good afternoon. Today our guest is very well-known Brazilian falconer, Mr. Jorge Lisboa, who practices falconry since 1979, already 36 years. And from this point of view, he is the pioneer and the oldest falconer in the biggest country of South America. And that's why we will be happy to hear his story, how he became falconer, who was his first bird, why he became interested in this sport of ancient kings, and so on. And please tell us your fascinating story, how you became the founder of modern Brazilian falconry. Please.
Okay, my name is Jorge Lisboa. I'm Brazilian falconer in the start to falconry in 1979. I'm married and I have two children, and in the long time my life I train and hunt with birds of prey. But the first impression with I have about birds of prey when I saw a video called Walt Disney and the Peregrine Falcon, called the Varda, the Peregrine Falcon. And after this video, and I searched all information about birds of prey or falconry. And after I studied of biology university, and after I start to practice falconry in my work or in other things where need. Today I work to conservation in the harp eagle, and all information and all experiences I have after. It's very important to do to use in the activity of conservation of harp eagles.
Mm-hmm. And what was your first bird? Who it was? Harpy or smaller bird?
No. My favorite bird is X-Peters, especially X-Peter of falcons. Mm-hmm. But some years ago I trained and hunted with Hornet Rock Eagle. Mm-hmm. This bird is very interesting too because it's a mix of eagle and X-Peter, for example.
Mm-hmm. So when you started, you were the only falconer in this country, in Brazil, I mean.
Yeah, I started in 1979, but officially in Brazil started in 1997, mm-hmm. when I founded the Brazilian Falconer Association. And after a lot of people search some things about internet and realizing in meeting about falconry, and the falconry developed very well in Brazil.
Mm-hmm. And how many falconers are now in your country, 40 years later?
Well, I think it's officially 70 falconers, mm-hmm. and but a lot of falconers don't practice falconry, the true falconry, because in Brazil don't exist the activity of hunting. Yes. It's prohibited, it's illegal. I see. Totally different if you compare it with another country, including in South America. It's too bad to me. Probably it's the worst thing about falconry is because is totally different the idea of UNESCO and the associated with falconry. It's not good. I have worked a lot, but it's too difficult solve this problem involving hunting and falconry.
Mm-hmm. And did you organize some breeding center or for rare and threatened birds? So if you are a biologist by your education, yes, and falconer simultaneously, so you probably were involved in some reintroduction projects besides harpy project.
Yes. It's very important to work in this project because I can show all people of importance of falconry to big projects like that. It's very important to do this. And some years ago, I breed birds of prey to conservation too. I rehabilitation another species of birds of prey. So I work all kind of work that needs, and try to associate with the benefits of falconry.
And how many rehabilitation centers do you have at the moment?
Yes, for 14.
14?
14, no, I'm sorry. For 15 years, I was a president of Brazil Falconry Association, and
Yeah.
I think it's 100 or 120 birds was rehabilitation in this case.
And how many young people are involved in this program? So school children, do you?
Yes, it's very important because, for example, in the big project associated with the RP Eagle, it's very important to do a environment education. All people who live in around of natural habitat of RP Eagle. To do to accept the RP Eagle, not shoot RP Eagle or for example, if RP Eagle hunt some animal who live with man like dogs or chicken, it's very important the young people understand of importance of RP Eagle for the nature, and it's more easy the young people influence the old people. It's very difficult to change the idea the old people. It's more is a strategy very interesting to learn to teach young people to in the future these young people learn of our fathers or parents. Of my interesting this point of view. The worst thing that exists in Brazil is in Brazil is the not accept the activity of the hunt, because it is the sense of falconry. So.
And how many birds did you release? Have you released already? I mean, harpy eagles in the wild.
Okay, our work involving RP Eagle in Atlantic forest is the ecosystem is very threats. Atlantic forest is the forest that exists in coast of Brazil. So at the moment, since 2007 until days. We rehabilitation 3 RP Eagles, 3 females RP Eagles, and they put satellite radio and the monitoring for satellite and other things like that.
And where did you live in Brazil? In which province when you started your project?
Nowadays I live in northeast in Brazil, in a city called Natal. It's in a small city with a lot of beach. It's beautiful city, but don't exist a lot of birds of prey there. It's a place very important to tourism. Okay, but it's very important to do this work, expand all parts of Brazil to conservation of RP Eagle.
Did you produce any documentary movies about your work, which is available online?
Yes, exactly. But these documents, this video, just used to study for conservation, not to sell but sometimes at the moment of the event when I free the RP Eagle, the TV or another media came to the place and they make some videos and they put on television.
Did you write any books on your way in falconry or only articles?
It's about falconry or
conservation? About birds of prey, conservation of birds of prey and falconry.
Yeah, falconry, there is some article in American falconry in the United States. Some articles associated with trained hunt with bicolored hawk and journal of NAFA. in Spain some bulletins called the Alcântara, some articles associated with bicolor rock too, another some things associated with hard rock, and one article about rock eagle too in Spain, in bird control at the airports.
And do you cooperate with falconers from other neighboring countries of South America on your project?
Exactly. When I begin with falconry, I knew Henrique Rezende, who guys that organize all events, and he helped us a lot because he is very experienced falconer. So it's very important to know all kinds of falconry in South America to try create a legislation of falcon in Brazil, because at the moment it's very important, because there are a lot of people in Brazil interested in falcon, but don't exist hunting. So at the moment it's a big problem, because the people bought a falcon in a breeding, and they go to the field and they stay off hunting, but all months of the year don't respect some things. All the animals, all birds don't respect the time of hunting. Falcon is need an equilibrium with nature.
And do you have any information about American Indians who lived in Amazonian basin? Do you have any artifacts about their use of birds of prey? Maybe not falconry, maybe for some other needs, as a cultic birds, or...
It's a very interesting question, because at the moment I make a book, I write a book about falconry, probably the second book, because recently another guys is make a small book associated with falconry, but for 20 years I write a book about falconry, and I search all information about the culture of falconry, in Portugal to Brazil, if I have or not falconry in Brazil. But in my opinion, when Portuguese come to Brazil, there is a lot of forest in Brazil. It's not adequate place to practice falconry. And some articles said that the Portuguese trapping some different raptors and send to Portugal, and the practice falconry there. But and there is a study about this, and G. Nelson in United States make a very study associated with this. He probably the famous bird in Europe hunt called aleto is the falco femoralis, aplomado falcon. So, but I never another information about if the Indian in Amazon practice falconry or but the Indian culture, there is a practice to trap harp eagle, but it's in a cage, triangle cage called the apuim, where the harp eagle stay there, and you use the feathers of harp eagle to ornate the vest.
Interesting.
Very
interesting. Do your members of your family support your interest in falconry and conservation of birds of prey?
Yes. Initially, to my family, it's too different activity. But all time in my house there is a birds of prey, so it's impossible to not accept this situation. So at the moment, my wife is a falconer too. My boy too practice falconry, because all time I help me some things, train here, put meat here, so call the fish. So nowadays all my families are falconers.
No chance to escape your influence. I see. Yes, they are lucky.
I'm a guy with a good look, but because some guys don't have a woman or wife, that lack of falconers is a big problem to live in harmony.
Could you fly birds abroad, outside Brazil? Could you travel and try to fly birds in other countries of South America?
No, because the law in Brazil is too complicated to
export. Yeah.
To export. To fly in another country, I need to do a procedure involving quarantenary, some things.
To get some permissions.
Yes, special permits associated with vigilance, health documents associated with
certificate.
Health certificates.
And how do you think, which sides of character any falconer should have to be a good falconer? So from your point of view, which features of your character should be, like patience or bravery or maybe a little bit aggression, because you have a deal with aggressor, with raptor, natural raptor, yeah? What do you think, which sides of character should describe a real good falconer?
I think it's depends. In my opinion, the bird influence the character of falconer. For example, I like this guy who fly Harris Hawk, all sympathetic guys, smiles, okay, but they like who fly ex-Peter is too brave, too serious persons. I love like ex-Peter. Sometimes I'm a brave guy, but in my part of my day I'm calm. But
so from your point of view, you should be not only friend, you should be host of your bird, or you should be partners, right? Like equal friends. How do you feel? How do you think? So are you boss for your bird, or bird is your boss for you, or how you relate?
Understood.
Yeah.
I think the bird is the boss. My life, all my life involve the life of the bird. I try associate of all my life to the birds, to the health of the birds. If I have a travel, if you don't have another person to train my birds or see my birds, I don't travel. I stay in my place, and if it's possible to leave my bird, I stay there, and the priority is the bird.
Yeah, so you change your plans suitable under the bird requirements. And what you can advise to young generation of Brazilian girls and guys who are thinking now to become falconers? So what is your main message to them? What they should think about if they are going to use birds at aerodromes, at airports, or as a pest control, to do pest control on some objects of industry? So what do you think they should keep in mind first of all when they are thinking about?
It's very hard or complicated, because in Brazil don't exist the activity of hunting. But the message to the young guys who practice falconry is never lose the sense of falconry, the sense of go to the field and hunt a prey in the wide environment, in wide habitats. This is the sense of falconry, because in Brazil the law is too hard, and a lot of people fly birds of the fish. It's a falcon, or stay a falcon or hawk into the house like a pet, and it's a falcon. It's not a falcon. Falcon is go to the field and hunt a prey in habitat salvage. So it's the message. It's never lose this idea, this concept about this
conception. And how many years? How old was your bird who spent with you a long period of your joint
Okay.
life. How old she was when?
Yes, I have an Aplomado Falcon who stayed with me for 7 years. 7 years, but one day I'm supposed to continue with bird and another person to train or other things. There is a problem, and the bird after 2 days dies. So, but 5-7 years is the more period with the birds continue with me.
And what is the main problem from your point of view in keeping birds? What is the main reason of their mortality? If bird die, what is the most frequent reason? So some disease
In general,
generally, yeah. So what are the most typical mistakes?
Okay. I think that at the moment I live in a boom of internet. So all people learn about falconry internet. So some people believe that's possible to train a raptor and hunt, but don't have information about all disease of birds of prey, disease of birds of prey, like bubble foot or aspergillosis, another disease, and they lose the birds very quickly. The absence of information. Sometimes in field occur some things like another bird of prey kill another or electrocution. See, but there is a lot of guys in Brazil involved with falconry, but not have a strong base of information about disease, and they learn in internet some things about falconry in forum of discussions on forum about falconry and the bot bird, a Harris hawk or a Aplomado falcon, and they don't have information about it. And the poor many or I think and the birds dies.
I see. And do you use any dogs in your practice of work at your work with birds of prey? For
use
I mean hunting dogs. Do you use some dogs?
It's a dream. It's very complicated because don't have activity of the hunting. But I understand the perfect falcon is the dog, is the man, is the falcon, is the team. But in Brazil it's too hard because there isn't a law about